On this week's edition of Horrifying News, we have The Purge, Halloween, Wolf Creek, and the best Hellraiser news ever.
Yes. All right, I am so excited. Hold on. You know what? I can't do this. I want to be clear. I want you to see how totally stoked and excited I am for this. This is not going to work. Let's switch things up. So Hellraiser, the Scarlet Box, is finally being released in the United States. And if you're not familiar, it's already been released in England, but this is the Hellraiser Blu-ray set you absolutely have to get. You must own it. It has Hellraiser 1, Hellraiser 2, and Hellraiser 3, all 2K restorations. Finally, glorious, beautiful copies of these. It has more commentary and specials than I could even begin to talk about or list here. And to cap it all off, it's got a 200-page hardcover book with new writings by Clive Barker. I mean, my God, this is a dream come true. Just to really put the icing on the cake, Hellraiser 3 is actually the unrated version that's never even been released here. So, December 13th, I get your pre-orders going soon. It's Hellraiser, the Scarlet Box. Yes!
In some pretty interesting news about the Purge series, James DeMonico, who is the creator, writer, director of all three, has announced that working on a fourth installment. He's not directing it, just writing it, but here's the catch. It's going to be a prequel. And it's about how society got to needing to do a purge. Interesting. Real interesting.
Okay, well, you know how I feel. And prequels are terrible, they're insulting, they're horrible, and they don't work because there is no suspension. You already know what's going to happen. However, in this case, I'm going to say this actually works because I can't imagine they're going to use any of the same character. Wait a minute, hold on. Listen up. I don't think there's no reason for them to use any of the characters from any of the Purge movies. They weren't in a like, okay, so they're off the table. Okay, so boom, that's all right. So my main concern is gone. Second of all, I've actually wondered myself, what ridiculous concept could they have come up with to explain how the Purge would ever happen in our society? So if he comes up with some explanation for that, you can count me there as one of the people that'll be checking this out. We got one piece of TV news this week as American Horror Story, even though it's only it's only 4 episodes into season 6, has actually already been renewed for a season 7.
It's so boring.
God, you can't say that, it's not over yet. Anyways, they're gonna get a season 7, so we'll see what they're gonna be able to do with that.
Well, in better TV news, we can go back to Scream Queens, because that is way more exciting.
No, there's no, that was it, we're done, there was one piece, that's it, there's no Scream Queens.
No, but I won last week, so we can talk about it.
You won, you mean the coin flip last week?
Yeah.
No, that was one time only. That was just for last week. We're done. You go ahead and cut it.
Why don't we flip again for it?
I'll flip again for it?
Maybe I'll win.
Oh, God. Okay. Okay, you know what? All right. Well, I'm willing to flip with you. However, stakes are changed this week.
I don't like it.
Yeah.
What's
Get ready.
your proposition?
All right. You win. You get to talk your Scream Queens and send the audience running. I win. And I get to talk Ash versus the Evil Dead, which I know you don't like, and I know our audience loves. So, it's time for you to put up or shut up. What's it gonna be?
Well, I guess it's a risk I have to take.
Okay, all right.
Luckily,
You have a coin. Excellent.
Okay.
All right.
So, you can call it in the air?
I shall. Ooh, heads. And look at that, heads it is. All right, ladies and gentlemen, excellent news. So, Ash vs. the Evil Dead Season 2 has kicked off, and my God, is it amazing. Oh my God, right off the bat we start, Ruby's kids have turned on her, if you could possibly believe that, forcing her to break the truce. She gets into a fight with them that is just epic. Meanwhile, Ash is partying his ass off in Jacksonville. Poor Ruby and Pablo, they're actually waiters at this place. Well, with the truce broken, boom, Deadites show up. When Deadites show up, you know there's going to be blood and gore and violence. It's awesome. This causes Ash and the gang to head to Ash's hometown where he visits his dad, Lee frickin' Majors. Oh my God, Lee Majors is so awesome in this. I mean, and not only that, but they actually share a joke about the $6 million man using Ash's hands. It's bigger and stronger. Oh my God, my mind was blown. Anyways, this season is off to such a blast. The gore is off the charts. The comedy is off the charts. It's so amazing. In fact, it's so amazing, they renewed it for season 3. Yes! More Ash versus
It
the
just
Evil Dead
started. What do you
is
mean?
coming. 2 more years worth. Woohoo!
In some very interesting news, and I can already feel the tension coming from this one.
No, I'm calm. I'm cool.
There's remake.
I'm no longer calm?
Yep,
No
that's
longer
what
cool.
I thought. It is of Suspiria.
Oh, come on!
Anyway, this has been talked about before.
Yes.
I think Dario Argento said it was a bad idea, but no one
he
cares.
definitely said it was
No
a
one
bad idea,
cares.
and he's
However,
100%
there is a cast now. It does have Tilda Swinton, Dakota Johnson, and Chloe Moretz. So, interesting cast of characters.
Yeah, okay, so I will give Chloe her due. She's a badass.
Been in a lot of awesome movies.
But it does not excuse the fact that this should not be remade. What the hell is the matter with you? If the man himself says it's not a good idea, it's not a good idea.
But
I don't
maybe
care.
it'll be good.
It can't be good. Or, I don't know, watch the original. That's all I'm saying. And great, they got this bang up cast, whatever. It doesn't excuse the fact that it should not be done. I said it before, I said it the last time, and it sticks.
And we're all sick of hearing it again. Anyway, possibly the most interesting thing about this, it is going to be,
Interesting.
backed by Amazon Studios. So I'm guessing this is Amazon starting to compete with Netflix in terms of original content and releasing their own movies. Remains to be seen what will happen. They've already started with a couple. I think this is their first big name one. Why Neon Demon was in theaters, I don't know.
Terrible.
But they're definitely starting. I'm curious to see where it takes them.
There was one word you used in that was completely wrong. I just wanted to correct you. You said Amazon original. There's nothing original about the making a remake, is there? Follow up to the news from the beginning of the year where Dimension Films let slip the rights to the Halloween franchise. Miramax, Blumhouse, and Trackus International Films swept in, picked up the rights, and said that they would be releasing a remake as soon as they could. And now, Jason Blumhouse himself has announced they got nothing.
Yeah, and unfortunately that is the bad news. There's no story, no writer, and no director yet, which kind of sucks.
Nope, that's the good news.
What?
John Jarrett, the star of the upcoming Wolf Creek TV series, as well as the movies, plays Mick, did a nice long interview, and we actually have a review of the Wolf Creek TV series. See the description below for that. And in it, he had actually quite a few interesting things to say.
And I may not like Wolf Creek, really, the TV show, but John Jarrett's a really great actor,
Yes.
seems like a cool person, makes a great villain as Mick Taylor.
Yes.
And one of the things he said was when he originally saw or thought about the series they were doing from the movies, he thought Mick Taylor might be a little Freddy Krueger-esque and get cheesy
that could
until he
happen.
read the script, and then he actually really liked it and went along with it.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah, very cool. He also said in that interview that he based his character, Mick, on his dad. But with a serial killer twist.
A little rough.
Must have had an interesting childhood. I thought mine was bad.
And actually, I'm going to read this quote word for word because it was so cool, and I really love actors who get into their villain and really have a great persona
Yes.
mindset.
Yes.
So he actually said, Mick doesn't see himself as evil. He just sees these woeful, bloody tourists as not being much better than introduced species like pigs, so he doesn't care too much for them. What a great motivation for his character and why he's killing these tourists. Just adds depth to Mick Taylor, and I love it.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Just said it a million times before, man. The truly evil do not see themselves as truly evil. And one last bombshell that he actually dropped in that interview that was missed by a lot of people is he said that work on the second season, thank you, of the TV show may be going on before the actual third film. Which a lot of people thought it was the other way around. Yeah, but we're going to have a link to that interview in the description as well, since it is totally fascinating.
Pretty heavy news week this week. There's a lot of stuff going on in the horror world.
To digest.
Awesome.
Yes.
So don't forget to subscribe to our channel because we keep you updated every single week on all these things going on.
That's right. Plus our social media links where Lexus is always posting shenanigans. Comment section below. It's loaded up. Let us know what you think. And make sure you tune in next week when we talk about Ash versus the Evil Dead.
No, Scream Queens.
No, Ash versus the Evil Dead.
Scream Queens.
Ash versus the Evil Dead.